Hi, it's Sonia, and welcome back to my art channel. Today's a fairly shortish video. It's like about 12.5 minutes, and it contains it's a slightly sped up process video. Actually, I do several processes. We've got like an abstract sketchbook spread coming up, and then I prepare some pages in this book, and I also at the end do a drawing in my other altered sketchbook, which is for like loose art, ways of changing up my art practice. So I do a sketch from memory. I think I use maybe Neo Color 1 crayons for that one. So yeah, so hopefully this could be a good video for you to draw along to. I can keep you company when you're making your art and working in your journals. And I thought thus it would be a good one to do sort of a quickish art chat, a little just things that I've been thinking about with regards to where to take my art next year, ideas, maybe sort of wanting to know, do you have any questions for me that I could answer in future videos? I guess it's maybe a time, I'm probably not alone on this, where we sort of all maybe reflect on the past year, and obviously there's the things outside of art that have been going on for us all. But then also within this being an art channel, focusing on like your creative practice, this is your time, like what's been going well for you, not what's not been going so well for you. What do you want to see more of next year? Maybe what have you got any sort of goals or aims in terms of an art practice for next year? And yeah, so let me know. That'd be sort of helpful for me as well. Like I kind of like to know what people like. What do we all? Art YouTube is in a way a niche, but it's quite a big niche. There's an awful lot of content on there, and what is actually sort of helpful and inspirational content? Do you like process videos, or do you prefer chit chats, or I don't know. I'm never going to be. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm never going to be one to be doing art hauls. Even if I do get new art stuff, I'm terrible at I just get it out and want to use it immediately. And I think actually, talking about aims for next year, one of my aims for next year, I think it's carried on from this year, is definitely in the main, I'm not going to say no to buying things I need, like restocking or stuff, but in the main to use what I have. I think that's been really good, and I definitely have found benefit in terms of art tips from rotating what is to my reach, what is in my eye eye level, what is to hand and that I can see, because I think it's especially for this sort of what I'm doing right here on screen now, this sort of in the morning, just coming in wanting to make, if you haven't got much time, like as I say, this whole session, though it's sped up 2 times, took me I guess 25 minutes. It means that you can get to work quickly, and by changing up materials that are close to hand, I think therefore you're going to be using some of the stuff that's forgotten about and trying it out again. And it's been interesting because some things that I thought I didn't like, I tried them a few times. I'm like, oh, this maybe isn't for me. I think I will do, especially if you're interested, a video, for example, Inktense blocks. From time to time I get these out again, and each time I get them out, like initially, I've got to be honest, I saw loads of artists using them, I was like, oh, this will be right up my alley, and then I actually struggled a little bit with them, and I wasn't really sure about them, but I have found, they're not my favourite art supply, I'm going to be honest, but I have found a way of making them work for me in mixed media landscapes. So, well, not just landscapes, just mixed media work. I don't think I'd ever, well, actually, no, that's not a fib. I have done a sort of a painting with just using Inktense blocks, and maybe that's another fun idea for limitations for yourself next year. It's so easy, isn't it, when you get in a habit sometimes of, you have your way of working. So I might put down Inktense and I'm like, all right, now I'm going to grab some gouache, or now I'm going to grab something else and go on the top, but actually try and maybe just use one item and see where that takes you. So yeah, and then looking ahead, I'm not going to lie, this year's we've had some heavy news, some personally challenging things that have happened, as I'm sure a lot of you guys out there, on the grand scheme of some, obviously, because they were doom scrolling some awful events, but yeah, closer to home, I'm sure each of us also have our challenges, and So yeah, that's been, but I think one thing that I am grateful for now is that I have found a way, even in more, I guess, stressful times, of still doing art. And I think one of the things I'd like to share more of is how do we make art a restorative practice as well? Like, how does it, how can we fit it in so that we do a bit of it and then it like gives us that sort of energy almost for the day, or is comforting as well as being, because I think art can fulfill different sort of needs as well in our life. And yeah, and there's also a good time. Like, I don't want to be. I think that also the care that I have on art YouTube is not to be too. Like, was it one of the things I saw in a book about books? Because I also like reading and hearing book reviews, and isn't there this in modern times, like almost this pressure from the pressure to read so many books. And I think equally I love making art, and I think if you see my videos you can see I like to make a lot of art quite quickly, but I know that's not for everyone, and sometimes actually some people will need to take a break from art as well. And I think that's something that there shouldn't be too much pressure. This is, for a lot of us, something that we do for pleasure, and therefore I guess it's finding out, learning about what we want and need with our art, and that's going to be different also at different periods. Like, I know if I look back at this year on reflection, I have made an awful lot more abstract art than I have, I think, previous years. So I think that's something that I've needed, but I still love drawing, observational drawing. I've still made lots of portraits and drawing people sketches. I've still done, I think if you've seen, even on Substack, I've shown a few of my gouache landscapes. So yeah, but it's just interesting to reflect on, our art practices can change over time. And so what would you like to see more of for yourself next year? And then in terms of thinking ahead, what do I want to do with this sort of channel next year? I think if you may have noticed recent videos, I really feel much more at ease now with sort of much more unedited videos, to be honest with you, in terms of I think I'll still do studio vlogs and add little pieces together, because I think that's sort of a fun video, but I'm not gonna, it's quite nice, it's been quite nice I don't know even why I did video my sort of face so much. I think it's because I felt like I didn't want people to think I'm like a robot, or not that you would think an AI is going to be doing this. But yeah, I think obviously it's nice to know who the person is behind a channel. And I like seeing artists in their studios and doing on screen. And I'm not, in a sense, it's just sometimes a lot easier if you want to make, for me, as I've talked about, my focus next year, as always, is going to be on my art practice in a completely sort of slightly selfish way, but in a selfish way to hopefully be of help to others, in that I think my ideas and inspiration come from making art. So the priority for me is always going to be the making and then the sharing, if that makes sense. And so more you can expect, probably a few more unedited videos, sketchbook tours I like to make. I can do videos obviously when I talk through work. I'm also hopefully going to be working more with the non-profits, the Joy of Drawing, that have been working with this year, but hopefully I'll be doing some more work with them, and even some perhaps I've been helping start the YouTube channel, but maybe would you be interested in seeing more of me on another channel doing some more videos? I can do some more sort of maybe shorter, I don't know what sort of just encouragement, art journaling. Yeah, I've got definitely have lots of ideas. I guess it's like everybody, isn't it? It's just finding the time, and just making the time to make the content as well. This sketchbook is actually building up quite quickly as well. This is another altered a book I found, and I've obviously been painting over the pages. And yeah, I really enjoy this sketchbook. I'm really looking forward to doing a sketchbook tour of this one, because it is really, in terms of a place that is completely, it wasn't meant to be an anything goes journal, but it's completely goes from one thing to the other. And I don't know why I like it so much. I just think I just don't feel any. It's the whole thing of not feeling any pressure, and allowing myself to, like, this pear drawing is really kind of, because it's from memory. I don't even get the pears right. If you look at it, it's like a terrible. It's deliberately a little bit wonky, deliberately sort of that naive sort of fashion, but. At first I was like, this looks like three mountains. What am I drawing here? But yeah, at the end of it, I actually quite like it. It was fun to get out these crayons again. These are the Neo Colour 1 crayons, and they work well on this acrylic. I think it's a very cheap matte acrylic background from ages ago. And then I just added, I don't even know why I added those little bits of collage. I just thought, when in doubt, stick some stuff down. And I do enjoy collage work within these sketchbooks as well, because I think there is, I just like it's a way of starting, and it's also a way of adding some interest sometimes to drawings as well, like the contrast in colours, or you can sort of draw the eye where you want to. A lot of the time, to be honest, I just don't want to think too much about. I'm not thinking about composition or it being a good drawing, or the other joy of this sketchbook is it isn't really about that. I'm never thinking about the final outcome. It's just like, what do I want to practice drawing? What do I want to have a go at? Like, having a go at different things this year that's been something I want to carry on. I think I really have let myself. I like to think I've been so much less judgmental on a number of different sketchbooks. Now, some people would like that's really obvious, and I'm sure I could get critiqued, but I'm happy. At the end of the day, I've had a lot of fun with art, and I thank you. I'm coming to the end of this video, so I'm just going to say a quick thank you for, hopefully, I've kept you company while you're making your art. Thank you for watching my videos. Do let me know what are you wanting for next year? Any questions, anything you want me to focus on in terms of art supplies, processes, ideas, things to talk about, let me know. And I'll say thank you. And then I'm going to, hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.